Kaci, I understand as a freshman this is actually your first, it's your debut in a Baker production. How has it been for you getting acquainted with the Baker stage?
It's been really exciting. It's such a great opportunity, especially to work with all the people that I'm working with, because everyone that I'm working with is either like a senior or a junior. And so just to see them and what I can take away from them is such a great experience. And they're always so willing. You can go I ask Brian questions all the time. He's always willing to help me. And it's amazing. Like, the people here are so nice, and it's been a great experience.
Tell me a little bit about your character in the role she has in the play.
I'm like the cook maid, and my basic job is I'm on Mrs. Manningham's side, and I'm kind of like her support system and try to take care of her as much as I can, and I try to protect the situation that's going on, and I take orders from Brian, and I say sir about 75 times. That's basically all I do. I say sir a lot.
All right. And Brian, this is you mentioned your 17th production here at Baker that you've participated in. How is this show and your work in this show different from what you've done before?
Well, first and foremost, as I mentioned earlier, this show's different in the character that I portray is very dark, very cynical, very sinister. And I've had the opportunity to play a lot of jerk-like characters before, but none with this amount of sinister quality to them. Bruce and I have talked about for this show, trying to cut back on all the stuff about, my personal self that's a fairly nice guy, I like to think, and just making this guy with no redeeming qualities almost just, constantly at his wife to make her think she's crazy, just belittling her, emotionally, verbally abusing her, and to an extent sometimes physically abusing. So that's just a huge stretch for me in this show, being so vastly different. The British accent's one I haven't worked on in 3 years since Elephant Man, so that's a bit of a difference. And the style. Even the Shakespeare that we've done hasn't had the British mannerisms. Even the Elephant Man we did with the British accent didn't quite have the work we're putting behind it into these mannerisms and the way we're carrying ourselves that's just so vastly different from the way I normally walk. And the last show to work on is taking its toll a bit. I see new faces coming in that we're working with, and people that I'm working with now for the last time, especially because no one's in the capstone I'm doing Ghost, no one from Angel Street's in there besides myself. So this is the last opportunity I've got to work with people like Will Wyrock and Hallie Jewell and Katie Bettis as the other actors. So that's a bit of a sobering experience.
Kaci, how long have you all been rehearsing this play?
I think about a month, which is really weird for me to do only a month. Like, normally you're in production for about 6 weeks, so it's been it seemed like it just flew by. Like, today I was like, we open in 2 days, and I was like, oh goodness. So, and we finally just got all of our set completed, so it was really cool to go in and see all the set done. So it's getting kind of exciting now. I'm anxious now.
Sure. All right, well, the production of Angel Street will be taking place at Rice Auditorium on March 1st, 2nd, and 3rd at 7:30 p.m., and then there will be a matinee production Sunday, the 4th at 2 p.m. Thank you very much, Kaci and Brian, for being here with us.
No problem.
Thanks.
All right, well, thanks again to Brian Berrens and Kaci Forsythe for talking to us about Angel Street. But right now we're going to go back to Tricia Shelton, and she is investigating what actually goes on at the language tables in the cafeteria.
Baker University offers students a unique way to practice their skills in foreign languages. Students of German, Spanish, and French have the opportunity to attend the language tables in the cafeteria once a week. The German table meets on Tuesdays, the French table on Thursdays, and the Spanish table on Fridays during lunch. Professor Cynthia Appl is the host of the German table, and she says the skills that students are learning here will help them later in life, even if they do not have a job that directly needs German skills.
Well, this is our weekly German table, and in German it's called Stammtisch. And a lot of times in Germany at restaurants or bars, there will be a certain group of people who come at the same time every week, and they have a certain table that's reserved for them at that time every week, and it's called a Stammtisch.
Jonathan Vaughn is a sophomore who attends the German table, and he says he attends because it will help him in study abroad when he hopes to travel to Germany. He also says the table enhances his overall understanding of the language.
It's a good way to practice your speaking skills, and even those that aren't that good at it can at least get good practice and listen to the other ones that do know good German.
The tables have been meeting for at least 11 years. Professor Appl says she has been here since 1996, and they were already going then. Anyone is welcome to visit the tables, even if they do not have a Baker University meal plan, because the meals are paid for courtesy of the Foreign Language Department. Tricia Shelton reporting for KNBU TV.
Thank you very much, Tricia, for that report. Thank you for joining us here at Inside Baker. Be sure to join us next week on Channel 70.